Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking another look at the M18 Hellcat. And in this game in particular I'm going to be using it as a very aggressive tank. Now, I'm already quite far up to the enemy. First of all, getting over the bridge, I'm pretty sure you guys know which one I'm talking about, is always a little bit of a struggle. But we're just going to see how I do. So first target I spot is a martyr, but I'm not quite fast enough to be able to get him. However, I am able to get the T-34-85 that was trying to cross. Now, somebody in chat is saying, "God bless my ping," and I just quickly wanted to ask him if he was the martyr because he was jumping about a little bit, and I thought maybe that is why I didn't manage to hit him, because it looked like a decent shot to me. Now, as I move back to try and get back into the fight and maybe deny some more enemies going there, I find myself a T-34-85, which takes out my loader, so I now have a longer reload. But it doesn't seem like he's coming around the corner, so I actually don't get punished too hard for that. But look at that, what a surprise. A Panther D just casually rolls through and, well, gets punished for it. Then the T-34 comes back and tries to shoot. But we both hit these little rubble piles here, so my shot nor his shot connected, but then I put a shot into his cheek, which actually bounces down into the roof armor of the hull, which is, well, that's not a very nice penetration for him. Now, there's a Dicker Max, and, well, you know, if you have a tank destroyer, then what is the best thing to do? You shoot the transmission so it can't move, if it's not directly looking at you, and then make it not a threat to you. Now, after 3 shots, we take out the Dicker Max. I do believe we got some help from our other M18 friend here, but our M18 is getting, well, pummeled by a Gaz, and if you have ever driven the M18, or if you've ever faced the M18, or just generally know what an M18 is, you know that the armor is absolutely worthless on this tank. And especially SPAs, fast-firing 37s or 20mm guns, will really ruin your day. Now, he just killed our friend, but while he was doing that, he was, well, obviously focused on the other M18, and therefore he did not see me. Now, that brings us on to our 5th kill. So I try to move back and, well, basically continue the denying play that I was doing there, but I get taken out from the rear by a Ribblevin that just recently spawned in, and, well, that's what I told you guys. The armor against SPAs is just, don't try it. Now, while we're going to be making our way back to the battlefield in our P63, I actually want to ask you guys something. Because normally this channel is mainly focused around airplanes, although I do really like tanks as well, and I would personally like for there to be more tank content on the channel. But, you know, the question is also a little bit, do you guys like the tank content? Because I would definitely say that I'm a better flyer than a tanker, but I would still really just like to add some more tank content to the channel, because I think it is lacking a little bit. Now, back to the game. The reason why there's actually not a better ground attacker in my lineup is because I actually accidentally went into a game. This specific game I wanted to actually, for some reason or whatever, I intended to fly out the F4F Wildcat, but I went into a ground battle, and that is why we have this here. Now, another thing is, I am not very good with bombing, especially with the American bombs. Because, well, I don't really use them very often. You know, the big 1,000 pounders, they're kind of hard to miss, but the 500 pounders do require a bit more knowledge of how to aim these. Now, there is a Yak right in front of us. We got a nice hit on his, what seems to be his engine coolant at the very start. But then I noticed someone behind me, and that is another Yak. And there's one thing that always seems to happen. Russian tankers, or people that play the Russian nation, I should say, tend to either bring a decent ground attacker like an IL-2 or a TU-2, or they just bring a Yak-3 or, you know, something like that. A Yak-9T is fine, but like a Yak-1B, that can't really do much. Now, the first target is already down. Sprayed him down with my 50 cal, set his engine on fire, and basically put him out of commission. Now, there was another guy right in front of us, which is another Yak, and I'm just kind of trying to force him to maneuver to lose speed so that I can get closer, and then I seem to take out his tail control and finish him off. Now, while I'm looking at the 109 that we see there with the blue smoke, I noticed that there's another guy coming in, and this is a kill that I quite like. Just one shot, 137 to the engine, and he is out. Now, the 109 is still a threat. At first, I thought that this 109 was in a inferior energy state to me, but as I do my second upwards maneuver here, it actually looks like he was basically on equal energy compared to me. Now, I take a little bit of damage from an SPAA as I try and bring it down and on the other guy's 6. Now, the P63 sometimes out of a stall is a little bit unresponsive, but that is not too big of a threat. Now, I was going to line up to try and get him here because I was really confident that I had him, but there's a Verbal Wind who, well, quite drastically changed that situation. Anyways, guys, that is basically going to be it because nothing more really happens. I do take out my P63 again, but it really doesn't change anything. I die rather quickly and the game is lost either way. So that is going to be it for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.